Hello students, welcome to Sri Vardhaman Vidyalaya online education. Here we will start the chapter 10 physics part light, reflection and refraction. In this chapter, first we will see the introduction. We all are familiar with light and its importance. Light is such an important source that without it all colorful things would have been black for us. So let us see how we can define such important sources. Light is a form of energy that enables us to see around us, or we can say that it is an electromagnetic wave that can travel through any medium as well as through vacuum. Type of object. There are two types of object as follows. One, luminous object. Second, non-luminous object. So what is luminous object? They are those which have their own light. We can see them as they have their own light. When their light reach our eyes, that is the time we can see them. So for example, we have sun, tube light, etc. It is not necessary that it should pass us light naturally. If any substance glow on passing current, that also fall under the same category. So this is the example of an luminous object that they have their own light. It is not necessary that it will have their own natural light, but just like in a tube light. So in tube light what happens, the bulb will be glow on passing an electric current, so that also come under the luminous object. So this is the example of an luminous object, that is a sun has their own light. So using this we can see the light will reaches our eye, so at that time we can see them and we can see the another object also. Second, non-luminous object. They are those which do not have their own light. So if there is no light, we cannot see them. To see, we need a luminous object around us. For example, furniture, wall, moon, etc. So these are the example of a non-luminous object. If we talk about the tendency of a light, that how it get affected when it fall on any surface, then we conclude that when light falls on any surface, either of these phenomena take place. First one, the light falling on a surface. It may get absorbed, and the surface that absorbs all the light falling on it appear to be black in color. Or in another word, we can say that the black is a good absorber and emitter of light. Second, when light fall on the surface, it may passes through it, but it is not that all light rays would pass. Certain substances allow all the rays to pass, and few substances allow only certain rays to pass. Those substances which allow all the rays to pass appear to be transparent. The process of allowing rays to pass through is called transmit process. For example, glass is transparent as it allows all the ray to pass through it. So in the figure we can have a tinted plain glass. You can see easily noted that tinted glass allow only a few rays to pass. On other hand, the plain glass allow all the rays to pass through it. So this is the diagram. This is a clear glass. So the clear glass will allow all the rays to pass. But in tinted glass, only a few rays will be passes through the light. So this is 100% of the light is coming and this to 80%. And here 100 means 40. So you can see that here. That is tinted glass allow only a few rays to pass and the plain glass allows all rays to passes through it. So this is the diagram of a clear glass and tinted glass. Light falling on the surface may strike the surface and bounce back. This striking and bouncing back of the light rays is called reflection. For example, we all are often look in the mirror at home when we dress up. We can look at ourselves just because of the phenomenon of reflection. Characteristic of light. Light is a form of energy due to which we are all able to see the object which emits the light. For example, object like sun, lamp, candle emits the lights of their own, and thus they are known as a luminous object. There are the objects like table, chair, etc., which are not luminous object, and still we are able to see them, and this happen because they reflect the light which fall on them from a luminous object like sun, lamp, etc. When this reflected light reaches our eye, we are able to see such a non-luminous object. Light rays basically consist of electromagnetic waves which do not require any material medium like solid, liquid, gas for their propagation. The wavelength of visible light waves is very small and is of order of 4 into 10 to the power minus 7 meter to 8 into 10 to the power minus 7 meter. The speed of light waves depends on the medium through which they passes, as speed of the light in air is slightly less than the speed of the light in vacuum, that is 8 into 10 to the power 8 meter per second. Same way, the speed of light in water and the glass is much less than that in air. So these are the characteristic of an light. When light fall on the surface of an object, it can either be absorbed, transmitted, or reflected. So what is absorbed? If any object absorb all the light falling on it, then it will appear perfectly black. For example, a blackboard. Transmitted. An object is said to be transmit light if it allows the light to pass through itself. Such objects are transparent. Reflected. If an object sends back the light rays falling on its surface, then it said to be have reflected the light. Next our topic is reflection. So what is reflection? So reflection is the bouncing back of the light rays on striking the surface. So you can see the picture. So in this, it is a ray is striking the surface and then it bounces. So the sun rays is falling on the surface. What happens? It will bounce back. It means it will be coming back. So this we are calling as an what? Reflection. There are the many surfaces that shows the reflections, but not all surface shows the reflections. To show the reflection, there are the certain characteristics that must be fulfilled as given below. The characteristic of a best reflectors are: it should have a shiny surface, it should have a polished surface, and it should have a smooth surface. Out of all, the silver is a metal and it is a best reflector as it fulfill all the above feature. That is, silver is having a shiny surface, polished and smooth surface. So silver is a best reflector. Next, the terminology involved in the cases of reflections. So look at the figure to understand this in the best way. So this is a figure. So in this figure, this is a plane mirror. So here it is an incident ray and this is a reflector rays, and the angle formed between the incident ray and this is the normal. So that is, it is a 90 degree of a plane mirror that we are calling as a normal. So the angle formed between the incident ray and normal that we are calling as an angle of incident, and the angle formed between the reflected rays and normal we are calling as an angle of reflections. So what is incident ray, what is angle of incident, that we can see in this terminology. So first one, incident ray. It is the ray that strike the surface. So you can see the diagram. This is the ray that will strike the surface. So that rays we are calling as an what? Incident rays. Next, the point of incident. It is the point at which the incident ray strike the surface. So this is the point. So this point we are calling as an what? The point of incident. So the point of incident is that the point at which the incident ray will get strike the surface. Next is a reflector rays. The rays that bounce back on striking the surface we are calling as a refractor rays. So you can say this is a reflector, that it is bouncing back. Okay. Next is a point of reflector rays, that is a rays at which the point means the point at which the rays will get reflected back. Next is a normal ray. The perpendicular draw to the surface we are calling as a normal. So this is a normal rays. Okay. Next is angle of incident. That is the angle between the incident ray and the normal we are calling as an angle of incident. So this is the incident ray and this is the normal. So this angle we are calling as an what angle of incident. Next, angle of reflection. The angle between the reflector rays and the normal ray. So this is the reflector rays. So the angle formed between the normal and reflector rays we are calling as an angle of reflection. Then the plane of reflection, the plane where the incident ray, reflector rays and the normal rays lies, that we are calling as an what? The plane of reflection. Next, the law of reflections that you have studied already in the 8th standard. What is the law of reflection? There are the certain set of the laws that obey by the surface that shows the reflection. First law of reflection, the incident ray, reflector rays and normal rays all lie on the same plane. You can see this is in a plane. So all will be lie on the same plane. So that is in a first law of reflection. Second law of reflection, the angle of incident is equal to the angle of reflections. So this angle of incident and angle of reflections is always equal. So this is the first law and second law of an reflection. These laws of reflections are applicable to all type of reflecting surface including the spherical surface. Next, we are going to see about the nature of the image, that is real and virtual image. An image is formed when the light rays coming from an object meet at the point after the reflections from the mirror. Reflections or refractions from the lens. So, reflections will be occur from the mirror and refractions will be occur from the lens. So, the image are of two types, real image. The real image are formed when the ray of lights that comes from an object meet at the point after the reflections from a mirror. So that is real image can be formed on the screen and can be seen with our eye. So when the real image will be formed, when the ray of an lights that come from an sources, that is from an object, and it will be meet at the point after the reflections from the mirror. So at that time we will get a real image. Next is a virtual image. So virtual image is an image in which the outgoing rays from an object do not meet at the point. So the outgoing rays that it is will not meet at the point. So it will appear to meet at the point in or behind the optical device. That is behind the mirror. You can see that the rays will be meets. So, but they do not actually meet after the reflections from the mirror. So, a plane mirror always form a virtual image. So, next the lateral inversion. If an object is placed in front of the mirror, then the right side of the object appears to be the left side and the left side of the object appears to be the right side of this image. So, this change of an side of an object and its image, mirror image is called as a lateral inversion. So, this is about we can say that is a change image. Next, we are going to see about the characteristic of the image formed by the mirror. The image formed by the mirror are always virtual and erect. Size of the image is always equal to the size of the object and the image is laterally inverted. So we have seen what is laterally inversion. So the image formed by the plane mirror are as far behind the mirror as the object in front of the mirror. So this is a characteristic of the image formed by the mirror. That is, image formed by the mirror is always virtual and erect, and we have the size of the image is always equal to the size of the object, but the image is in a what? Laterally inversion. Okay. Next, the type of the sources of light. As we know, there are the different objects that light emits the light. So we, depending upon the size of the object, we have two types sources of light. One is the point sources, second one is infinite sources. So what is point sources? These are those sources that too small in size, and infinite sources, that is, these are the sources that have a certain height that you can see in the diagram. So this is a light source and apparent source. So once again I'm repeating the type of sources of light. So listen carefully. So as we know, there are the different objects that emits light. So depending upon the size of object, we have two types of sources of light. One is a point source and second one is finite source. So what is point source? These are those sources that are too small in size. So you can see in the figure. So this is a figure. So in this one, that is under too small in size. So that we are calling as an a what? That is an a point source. Okay. Next is a finite source. So these are the source that have a certain height. So in the given diagram, candle has a certain length and it is regarded as a finite sources. So this is an example of a finite sources. So this is a candle. So when this plane mirror after the reflections, what happen? You can see an apparent sources. So the candle will have a certain height. So this is the example of an what we called as an finite sources in an point source so that it is just on a small in size that you can see later in the example. Okay, so hope you all are understood this one about a type of sources of light and how the characteristic of the image will be formed, and this will be the new for you. So repeat this video 2 or 3 times to understand this topic. Thank you. We will meet in the next session of this chapter.